morning everybody, and welcome to this month's Tech Tip Tuesday video, where we will be covering prepayments through customer invoicing using the Accounts Receivable Customer Invoices module. When a customer is making a prepayment or down payment for a job through customer invoices, the process is very similar to that of the miscellaneous invoice. The most critical things to keep in mind is that you check the prepay box to indicate that this is indeed a prepayment and that this prepayment invoice is generated prior to the final invoice from a packing list. Let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is under customer invoices is we're going to auto number our invoice number. I'm going to click on the auto number here and hit my tab key on my keyboard, and that's going to auto number my invoice for my prepayment. The next thing I want to do on the general tab is choose a customer, and in this case we're going to pre-bill Caterpillar Incorporated. So I'm going to choose Caterpillar Incorporated from my customer ID list, hit my tab key, and then I'm going to go back to my, or over to my additional charges tab actually, is where we're going to set up this prepayment amount. Of course, now one key component here, as I said earlier in the introduction, is that we're going to have to tie this to a job directly. So I'm going to type in my job number that I want to pre-bill to Caterpillar Incorporated. My job number is 10024, and I'm going to type that in. When I hit my tab key on my keyboard, you'll see that the rest of my fields light up here on my screen for my invoice. In the description, I can write pre-bill if I want to. I can write pre-bill job number 10024 as well. Oh, too many zeros. And then the important part here is that we're going to have to add a quantity of 1 here, and I can simply say I don't have to put in a unit price. I can just put in a total price over here, and let's say we're going to pre-bill them for $1,000 on this particular job. So I can either type in a unit price, a quantity of 1, a unit price of 1,000, and get the same results over here of 1,000 in the total price, or I can just simply type in the total price box here, the amount that I'm going to pre-bill. So now, next thing that I want to do now is verify that this pre-bill checkbox is checked here to indicate that it is a pre-bill. So I'm going to check that on, and as you notice, the include in job revenue checkbox automatically pops on when I click on the pre-bill box. And this, once you make the selection, the system automatically clicks on that job revenue checkbox. And since we should update job revenue when doing prepayment invoices, that's why this comes on. If you do not select the pre-bill checkbox, the additional charge will be added to the amount the customer owes rather than subtracted from what the customer owes. So this is what we check to make sure that additional charge will be added to the amount that the customer owes rather than subtracted to it. So all I need to do now, after checking that, is press the save button, and then I can post this. Oh, I got an error there indicating I need to make sure I have a sales code indicated here. So I'm going to go ahead and add my sales code of customer deposits here. I forgot, sales code is always required, or it's a required field on the customer invoices. Additional charges tab, of course, you always want that to go to the correct GL account. So I selected customer deposits now, save that, and I'm going to try and post it once again. Now this time it should be posted. And if I wanted to go ahead and look at my invoice now, what it's going to look like, I'm going to click on the invoice/credit memo print preview button up here, and then just blow this up a little bit so you can actually see what's happening here. And as you can see, I have a pre-bill for job 10024 for the amount of $1,000. Now that that's completed, we send this off to our customer and they pay their pre-bill amount, of course. And jump in the DeLorean with me as we travel into the future until a time where we are completed with this job and we are ready to ship it off to our customer. We're going to create a pack list for this and then send them their final invoice from that pack list. So I'm going to go to Jobboss Explorer Modules Shipping, I'm going to go to Customer Shipments Jobs function. And this is where I'm going to create a pack list. So I'm going to auto number my pack list number and hit my tab key in my keyboard. And on the Jobs tab, I'm going to type in that same job number that we've been referring to, which is 10024. Hit my tab key. I'm going to go ahead and enter a shipment quantity of 50 here. We're going to ship the full amount. This job is complete, and maybe I can add some shipping instructions if I want to. Complete order, no back order, something like that. And really, creating a pack list in Jobboss is really that quite easy. I'm just going to hit the save button now and create that pack list, and then I'm going to go back into customer invoices, bill the customer off of this pack list number 10042. So I'm just going to save that for now and jump back into customer invoices for a moment. I'm just going to grab that right there at the bottom of my screen. And now what I would need to do, of course, is enter a new invoice number to send them that final payment. So I'm going to go ahead and click New with Auto Number here. Hit my tab key once again to light up my screen. This time on the pack list tab is where I'm going to focus, not back on the additional charges tab as I did with my pre-bill. My pack list ID is the one I just created, which is 10042. Hit my tab key, my entire invoice should populate from the information from the job here. So job number 10024 is tied to pack list 10042. And now what I would need to do, or actually I want to show you here that there is a pre-bill amount already showing up here under the pre-bill column. And machine sales is now also my GL code rather than customer deposits. So when I process this invoice, it'll go to machine sales, and that pre-bill amount of $1,000 will show up on my pack list. I'm sorry, on my invoice here in just a moment. So I want to verify everything is correct here. $2,500, 50 quantity, commission percent of 7.5%, and a sales code for machine sales. I want to make sure I change my pre-bill code, customer deposits. And now when I save this and post it, I will see, I'm just going to post this real quickly. I will see on my invoice here that we have a pre-bill print preview with the amount of $1,000 shown parenthetically here. So I have quantity of 50 at $50 each for a total of $2,500, less that prepayment amount of $1,000, and now they owe me $1,500. $2,500 minus $1,000 is $1,500, and that would be their final payment on this particular job. And that is how you can create prepayments through customer invoicing in Jobboss. Of course, there is another way to do this under order processing, job entry. If I go to job 10024 and then move over to my pricing tab, you'll see that there's also a progress payments tab here. This other way of doing it is shown in another tech tip video and also talked about in our accounts receivable class, our monthly accounts receivable virtual class. So if you want to learn more about both ways to process prepayments to our customers, you can attend our monthly class. Thank you and have a great day.